Welcome everyone to the Disc Golf Pro Tour, the Green Mountain Championships. My name is Paige Pierce.
I'm Missy Gannon.
And thanks to GKPRO for this awesome coverage out here with the women. This round one feature card is featuring myself, Hailey King, Sarah Hokom, and Catrina Allen. And also thank you to DISCRAFT. This tournament is going to be a 4-round tournament. We're going to be playing 2 rounds on Brewster and 2 rounds on Fox Run. And I think it's a really awesome tournament because it's it's challenging in all aspects of your game. You play in the woods, you play in the open, lots of elevation, lots of out of bounds, and a well-rounded tournament.
Yeah, and everyone always loves coming up here. I think that's pretty much the consensus. It's just that it's a beautiful place and love being up in the mountains in the Northeast.
So we got the Pro Tour standings right now. With this event, we have 3 events left. I'm at the top of the leaderboard with Catrina close behind, and then Missy in that 3rd place spot. We got Hailey King sitting in 11th, but she's looking to make a splash this weekend on the feature card.
And we're going to start off on hole 1, 320 feet. It is a par 3. This hole veers off to the right a little bit, but for the most part, it's a very straight shot with some really late turn. Also, if you have a forehand, you can probably flex one up there. 320, it does play a little downhill. And yeah, I mean, starting hole, definitely looking to capitalize on that too, not being too far, but it certainly is a technical shot.
And this is still during a phase 1 event. For this event, we actually had the option to either quarantine for 14 days or quarantine for 7 days and take a test. So actually all players that were tested were negative. So this is great news for the Disc Golf Pro Tour.
We have yourself starting off. What are you throwing here?
This is my soul. Like you said, good late flip, so I'm trying to go with my soul here. Just flies pretty straight and then gets that late turn.
Yeah, perfect line. Just missed that last tree on the corner. Just a little deep, just inside the circle, it looks like.
Sarah Hokom up now with her famous forehand.
Yep, just a flex shot for Sarah. Stays a little straight, but you could see that just slight bit of fade at the end got her right to about 22 to 25 feet.
Yeah, this one is more straight than I think a lot of us give it credit for, including myself. You see the flags in the back. We'll see if we can get a glimpse at them real quick. There's 4 flags. The one on the right is just barely left of the pin. Catrina with a beautiful mid-late turnover. This one doesn't turn quite as much as mine. It just kind of stays straight, and she's going to be almost on the wood chips.
West Bend, Wisconsin. Hailey King.
Hailey King, she has a very well-rounded bag. It looks like she's lining up an option between backhand and a forehand. And opts for the Onyx sidearm here.
Yeah, a lot of power. You see Hailey just going pretty much flat hyzer and does fade off to the right a little bit, but she's right around circle's edge, maybe just outside.
Good looking putt, just a tiny bit high. That tree was hindering my track stance putt, so I had to step out to straddle. Not quite high enough.
I wonder if Sarah's gonna split this tree or what this looks like to her. Yeah, it looks like up and over that branch. Little technical putt to start the round off, but makes good.
Hailey connects on her comeback, and Catrina is still CTP after we've all putt. Beautifully thrown shot.
And now on to hole 2, 550 feet, par 4, plays uphill the entire way. There's also OB all along the right side, which really just adds insult to injury if you're off the fairway at all on this tee shot. And you're just looking to throw something as straight as possible, almost riding those right side trees, and just to set yourself up for this last tunnel shot here, which does play well for a forehand or a nice turning backhand. This is a really difficult par 4 for us. Definitely plays farther than 550.
Hokom up first. She puts a little too much turn on that one. She was obviously trying to make sure it did not hyzer out over the OB, but kind of overcompensated and kind of gets a roll over that direction anyway. And if you are left side on this drive, it is not good for the par.
Right.
It's really difficult to get into position from the left side. Catrina stays low enough to not go into that tree line. She should be fine from there. This is my Undertaker. Just trying to go on a hyzer flip and keep it in the center. And I loved it out of my hand, but this skip is very common, actually. I was not super surprised that that happened. I'm going to kick right and be tucked in that tree line.
Yeah, that's the story out here on Brewster. Lots of roots and
Same skip.
Yep, exactly the same. You know, you think you throw a great shot, but you cannot count on the ground action. It almost always is going to be negative. But
So many roots.
yeah.
Hokom now has to go with a tight hyzer, and it kind of hyzers off a little early, but she is still safe, just not quite as far as she wanted to get up there.
Yeah, and there is sort of a line on that right side. It's not the intended line, but she might be able to make something work from over there.
Yeah, she's going to have to get sneaky. Kat was trying to go with the flex sidearm there, didn't quite give it enough turn, so she hits that guardian tree right there, and she's going to have a decision to make if she wants to go up the left side or the right side.
Okay, that was at least a favorable little kick out.
So, yeah. Hailey opts for the step out sidearm. And it looked great, just hit the last tree right before it was hyzering. But we're all safe so far. This hole is easy to find out of bounds. Look how close it is to the edge of the fairway. Hokom now on a super steep hyzer. This is with her relay.
Whoa, that was beautiful.
Amazing shot. That is a very flippy fairway driver. And just the early release there. Catrina opts for the patent pending backhand and throws it beautifully. Really good speed control there.
Yeah, nice sidearm chip shot from Hailey there.
Hailey to save par. Hailey's got such a beautiful putt. I really love watching her putting stroke.
Cat also in for par. Par feels really good on this hole. Like I said, I don't know that you'll see very many threes, if any. I hope to see it, but you know, par is definitely one of those scores that you're okay with on this hole for sure. Hole 3, though, 285 feet, par 3, does play a little bit longer because it is uphill the entire way, only till about, circle 2 does it start to flatten out. So you're really looking to get this hole because it is only 285. It's one of those one of those holes that you feel like it's pretty wide open, and you're looking to attack. Definitely is a difficult sidearm hole. You have to beat those last trees. Yeah, you could see that Sarah hit those last trees. She'll be on that short tee pad side.
Cat going with the mid here. Coming up a little slow. Kind of, this one is blind as far as telling how close you are. We could tell it came up a little short. But there is still a putt. This one isn't quite on the elevated baskets how they have them mostly, but this one is a little bit elevated.
Mm-hmm.
Hailey with a beautiful stalker shot, perfect speed, right under the basket. This is my Undertaker. I knew I got a little bit too much speed on it. That last little kiss on that branch definitely helped slow it down, and I found myself inside 20. Hokom eyed this one up for a while. She really wanted to throw sidearm, but that tee pad was kind of blocking her sidearm line, so she had to go patent pending there. Leaves herself outside the circle to save par.
Oh. Full commitment. It does drop off a little bit on the backside, but she definitely was trying to capitalize on that par putt.
Yeah, I thought she made it for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Now Kat really needs to commit to this one as well. She's just a couple feet in front of Sarah. And quite the opposite. Doesn't get it high enough. Hokom a little too high.
Nice birdie.
Thank you. And Hailey with the park job.
Yeah, just a tap in for her.
Yeah, I talked about her putting, but we haven't even really got to see it yet. She's been close.
Yep. I'm sure we will.
All right, leaderboard check-in. Through 3 holes, Hailey and Catrina are both 1 under. Sarah and I are just 1 stroke behind at even. And Kona Panis is already through 13 holes, and she's even par as well. We got quite a few 1-overs, but these players are only through 4 and 6 holes, so the round's still early. We're looking to get through these next few wooded holes with minimal damage.
Yeah, these are quite difficult. Hole 4 is 575 feet, par 4. You're trying to beat that first tree that we just flew by and just set yourself right about this area to at least give yourself a clearer look up to the basket. Again, another hole that I think you'll see not too many 3s on. I think that it's definitely possible, but a 4 also feels good on this hole. And this time there isn't any OB on the right or left side, so just keep it in the fairway and you should be fine. That left side is difficult, and unfortunately Hailey did find herself in the rough.
Yeah, she was trying to make that Avenger SS just curve over to the right and just put a little bit too much speed on it. This is my soul here. Trying to hit that gap, little overhead height. Let it get that glide over to the right.
Yeah.
And that's good. Just a tiny bit too much turn. I'm going to have to maybe throw a patent pending or a step out shot.
Yeah, I think you'll see most players go that left side, to the left side of that middle tree there, like Kat is doing here, and just trying to land something nice and flat. That's the ideal landing zone.
Beautiful shot. She actually has the option to play for birdie now from there.
As long as Sarah doesn't get too much fade, all right, she'll be okay as well, but not quite the spot you're looking for.
Hailey with a beautiful onyx sidearm anhyzer just into position. She's not trying to get too much distance, just trying to save that par. From her shot still, she's got over 200 to throw still.
Oh, that was pretty favorable. She still will be pinched off a little bit on that right side, but if you get into those trees on that right side or even on the left, there are so many of them and they're so small, but it's just so hard to get out of there.
Kat pulls that one a little bit to the right, kicks over to the left. She's not going to have that birdie look, but we'll see if she can get one up there to try to save par. So just trying to throw one around those trees. Didn't quite get past them. So gonna have to improvise from there. Hailey,
Yeah.
beautiful ringer GT shot.
Nice.
Awesome disc choice there.
Kat's third shot.
Wow, wide sidearm anhyzer. She gets onto the green, but that's just outside the circle.
Okay. I wonder if Sarah's trying to go like a squeaky line on that left side.
She was eyeing up the left side. She walked over and looked at it from the other angle to see what tree she needed to go on the other side of. And just such a great target shooter. So from here, I had to throw another step out. Already 3 in the first 4 holes. I think that's what I like about Brewster, though. It keeps you on your toes.
Yeah.
Even if you land center cut in the fairway, you're having to adapt and improvise.
Yeah, because sometimes you don't have a run up or, you have to throw a lot of standstills. So certainly challenges those parts of the game.
And Catrina can't connect from circle's edge, but Hailey does from about 25.
Yeah, and to save par after being off the fairway on the tee shot, that was a great job by Hailey.
Yeah, it was. Catrina, beautiful drive. Hey everybody, I'm Paige Pierce, and today I'm going to talk to you about my 2020 Tour Series disc, the Buzz. What I love about this disc is its versatility. It's almost as far as a fairway driver, but it's so straight like a mid-range. The Buzz is a staple in my bag. I think this mold is perfect for anybody. With its slow speed and its controllable flight, it's good for all skill levels, and anybody would benefit from having a Buzz in their bag.
In the morning.
Birdie Fuel Coffee. Oh,
He took the cup. Where's he going with the cup? That's the cup.
Took the cup.
birdiefuelcoffee.com.
Hole 5, 305 feet, par 3. It is a very straight shot initially, but again, you need to get that little bit of late turn to get close to the basket that is tucked a little bit to the right side. Main objective is to hit this gap here and hopefully throw something either sidearm or backhand that is going to finish to the right. But really anything up top in the middle will give you an open look to the basket, but it does slope down towards the basket as well.
And just such a perfect shot with her onyx from Hailey. inside 20 feet. There is OB on the left side over this rock wall, so you need to make sure it turns. But I've seen lots of shots turn too quick, hit a tree, and kick left OB. That's the danger with OB inside of a wooded course.
Yep.
This is my soul again, looking for that late turn. Kind of get a couple kicks on the green, but I'm still inside the circle, just past the basket. Hokom doesn't quite get this one wide enough to hit the gap, but she finds a sneaky inside gap, and she's actually even closer than Hailey is.
Looks like a hyzer flip up with a pretty understable mid-range, I imagine.
Oh, just not quite high enough to give it that entire time to glide. But luckily she does stay safe and even gets a favorable kick towards the basket. Still about a 45-footer though.
Yeah, downhill, sloping away.
Not quite high enough there.
Able to pick up the par though.
Yeah, pars feel good out here at Brewster. I was looking at scores from Worlds in the previous years and nobody shot under par. So obviously the field's level of play is increasing every year.
Yeah, I agree.
But that's an interesting thing to look at, that nobody was under par. Hailey King's already 2 under for the round, so she can just keep this pace. She might have the hot round. Tough to do that, though. We're only through 5 holes.
Yeah, for real. Sarah gets herself under par. Hole 6, 345 feet, par 3. This one plays quite a bit downhill and slightly fades off to the left, but it feels more of a straight shot in my opinion. You don't really want to fade too hard to the left, but main objective is to hit that gap and just have something nice and slowly fade down the hill. Probably looking at a lot of mid-range shots.
Hailey late releasing her buzz. Kicks her into the woods on the right side. She is going to have a hard time saving par from there. It's still very far from the basket and really obstructed. Hokom now using that body English to get it over there. Doesn't quite turn as much as she wanted, but she's still pin high on the right of the basket.
Yeah, we'll see if those trees obstruct her at all.
This is my Big Z Fierce. Looking for that glide on the hyzer angle. Hit a very late tree, and I'm going to find myself halfway between circle 1 and circle 2.
This looks like a similar or maybe the same mid-range she threw on the last hole. Looking to flip up.
Oh, and
Yep.
a great shot. A little too much speed. She does go past the basket, but it's still inside the circle. But that is clearly the line.
Mm-hmm.
Hailey now with that ringer. This is quite an overstable putter. I'm guessing she's going to put a lot of turn on this.
Yeah, kind of gave it like a little ultimate, shot
Yeah.
there.
Wow. What a shot.
Ooh. Downhill, what was that?
55.
55-ish. It's crazy. Great putt.
Yeah, it was nice to feel that so early in the round and really commit to it, because if I miss that, I am about 30 feet deep of the basket. Hokom now from just inside the circle, just outside the circle, sorry. Over the basket, just barely too high. Her putts are looking good, just a couple of them just too high. Now Catrina to capitalize on this beautiful drive.
Yeah, great putt.
Now we are all under par if Hailey can tap in this 15-footer.
Yeah, after having to scramble again. You know, that's one of those statistics out here that matters, you know. If
Oh
you
my
can
gosh, yeah.
scramble, then you're going to be okay.
Get a leaderboard check-in. Hailey King is our leader currently through 6. She is 2 under. The rest of the feature card is at 1 under. We got Kona still at even through 17. She's got 1 hole left. Holly Finley 1 over, and a few 2 overs from Missy, Jessica, and Heather.
Now hole 7. It's a par 4, 505 feet. Pretty big dog leg. It sort of sweeps for a while up the hill. You kind of have 2 options. There's just early gap. You kind of have to throw like a spike hyzer that might pan a little bit, or just try to shoot straight down the fairway to about this landing zone. Really hard to hit the perfect landing zone on this hole. You're just hoping that you'll be set up with a somewhat open shot to the basket, which is still going to be a very full power uphill shot if you want to look at that birdie 3.
So I actually opt for the inside line. I'm throwing my Raptor on a severe hyzer. I think it makes the hole shorter, and I like the footing a little bit better on the left side. It's less uphill and less woods, but I hit the last tree and kick over to the right. So I'm going to be scrambling from there. Catrina now with her X1.
She looks like she's probably going that straighter route. Ooh.
Just a, honestly, pretty fortunate kick there. She obviously late released that one, but it kicks to the left towards that inside line. Hailey also going for the inside route, but pulls it a little bit wide. Hits those first trees and it rolls backwards.
Shoot it down. Visualizing, again, a pretty difficult forehand hole. But if anybody could do it, it's Sarah.
Also inside line. Wow. Such a challenging shot to try to attempt there. She's going to find herself in the woods on the left, and all of us are going to be in scramble mode. So you're going to see some new tricks like this sidearm roller from Kat.
It's got to have so much power to get up that hill. Okay.
And she gets herself up there. She
Yeah.
progresses maybe 150 feet, so if she can do something like that again, she might be able to save par. And Hailey didn't have many gaps, but she did have one to the right high. She went with that sidearm there. It was a little bit too turned over, but also she got a ways up there. Wow.
Trying to flex one up there. Finds herself on those right side tree line.
I loved it out of my hand just a tiny bit early. I was trying to go with the standstill there to give myself better timing. And that one I just pulled a little too inside, so I'm going to have to get up and down from there for a bogey, and still got some work to do, honestly. Kat going with the wide hyzer. Leaves herself a little bit short. She's just inside the circle. Oh, that last little branch drops Sarah down outside the circle. She was having to go so wide there.
Mm-hmm.
So this is my Fierce from about 150. Just trying to smooth it into the green speed control so I don't have a putt. And Hailey, look at this. Zone hyzer, almost onto the mulch. Again, shortest one off the tee and just out scrambling us. She is the closest to the pin now.
Great attempt from Sarah. She was quite a ways into circle 2 with some trees to navigate.
Catrina now on this slightly elevated basket.
Yeah.
Great par save.
Yeah. You have to work hard for this par, and even harder for the birdie, which is doable, but it's a difficult hole. And right into hole 8, which is another par 4. Again, pretty difficult, but might feel a little easier than the last hole. 445 feet, does play uphill the entire way. Just trying to land right around here, something that's going to land nice and straight and soft. And then again, a straight shot up to the basket. Easier said than done, but we'll see how these ladies fare. Looks like Kat's going with a sidearm.
Yeah, I was very surprised to see this. It's really just a putter shot, dead straight for her. But she opts for the sidearm and pulls it a little bit wide. She's going to be in the woods on the left side. I would be very surprised if she doesn't change that game plan on round 3. Hailey, though, known for a sidearm, she is going to be center cut, well up the fairway.
Yeah, these fairways do play tricks on your eyes sometimes. You think it's a certain type of shot or shape. And really, like you said, if you can throw a straight shot and get over those first few bumps in the fairway, you'll be set up pretty well.
Trying to throw a hyzer flip with my sole, put a tiny bit too much hyzer on it so it doesn't quite get that flip, but it just goes nice and straight. Going to be a little bit out of position, but that was only about 5 feet from where I wanted it. Hokom gets a little bit too much turn on her sidearm, and she's going to be into the woods on the left. And this is what you are left with if you're on the left side. You kind of have to go with this flexing sidearm drive, and Kat almost pulls it off, but just hits a last-minute tree, and it's going to be outside circle 2.
Sarah just a bit more into the woods on the left side. Flexing went up there nicely. She looks like she's in circle 2.
And same type of shot from me. I'm throwing my max distance driver here, this Zeus.
Oh, yeah. What?
Yeah, I thought I was going to be about 30 feet deep. I was really excited that I just committed to the gap and hit my angle well. But
I mean, you were going to be 30 feet
yeah,
deep for sure.
I don't know what happened there, but
I said that most kicks are negative out here, but apparently I was wrong.
And Hailey with a routine throw up there. She's going to be about 25 feet short left, but the left side actually is pretty open, so.
I should have thought of that first. That was really quite a simple stance.
Catrina gets up there in the mulch.
Uphill, circle 2 putt from Sarah here.
She keeps blocking the camera view with her body. Come on, Sarah.
Looks like she hit the basket, so she was on target, just a little off.
And Hailey making that look easy, dropping in another birdie, moving up to 3 under. With her sneakers on. Walking through the woods with her sneakers.
Good par save from Kat. Great birdie from you.
Scramble birdie.
Yeah. And hole 9, 305 feet, par 3, playing back down the hill slightly. And then the basket is even more down a slope. So you're looking to throw something not too fast since it's only 305 feet playing downhill. You want to hit sort of right here and get a nice little skid up to the basket. I'm thinking a mid-range or a putter is the way to go on this hole. You definitely don't want to find yourself long.
Hailey up first, gets a little slip on that tee, and it's going to send it into an early release. She does get a tree kick, though, and finds herself in the center of the fairway. This is my Big Z Fierce. And just late release it.
Your face.
Yeah, not stoked about it.
Yeah.
Catrina now with that M2.
Man, a lot of slips on this tee pad.
Yeah, big slide there. Really jeopardized the entire throw. She does get a kick to the center of the gap as well as Hailey did, though.
Sarah trying to flip this over. Doesn't quite get enough turn on it. She'll be looking at a very difficult putt, if at all.
Another step out, this time on a sidearm. Just turn my buzz a little bit too much. I'm going to be just outside the circle, and this is a scary putt looking downhill at it. If you miss, you're way down the hill.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and that's it. You know, Kat just hitting the top of the hill there. She's a little bit short, but she's inside the circle.
And Hailey, same type of play there, just a slow shot coming in low, just getting that skid down the hill. If you have air on your disc still when it crests that hill, you are down to about 40 feet deep.
Now you're trying to save par. Definitely a hole you don't want to bogey. Oh, great effort. I mean, full send there. Like you said, very difficult putt.
Just a bit low. Not one I even thought about bogeying, so definitely wanted to try to run that one.
We'll see par tap outs.
And what a front nine from Hailey, 3 under already, only through 9 holes.
Yeah, just cruising.
She's going to find herself on the top of the leaderboard, 2 ahead of Catrina currently, and 3 ahead of Hokom and I. Kona also finished her round at even par, so she's going to be sitting in a good position, kind of waiting to see how this feature card plays out. Make sure you guys tune into the back 9 if you want to see some more golf. Thank you, GKPRO and DISCRAFT, and we'll see you on the next one. Make sure you guys subscribe.